All right. Now I'm getting set up here a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Okay, that'll work. I think. That is totally doable. All right, cool. And let's see. I feel like everything is laggy today. Of course, my iPad doesn't want to work. I swear to God, if this doesn't start working the way I need it to, of course, my iPad doesn't want to cooperate now. Awesome. See if my TV will work. Okay. I'm just having a hell of a time getting set up today. I don't know what the hell's going on here. It's either my internet is screwed or something. I don't know. Maybe this is live. Is this it? Nope. Okay. Oh, wow. My iPad loaded up finally. Here we go. Is this? Nope. That is not correct. Everything's all screwy right now. Okay. Here we go. Hey, Jerry. What's happening? Just trying to get everything set up here, and life is just like, no, you can't do that. That won't work. So, this is the board I was talking um, about setting up the base on it. And I had a fun idea of putting uh, my turntable underneath it. So, I'm able to do this. So, that's kind of cool. Pretty happy with that. And yeah. So, right now I'm going to just work on pulling some supports off and gluing pieces together. I bought more glue today. I thought I would try out Kenny's DAP Rapid Fuse. So we got that. And then I thought some Gorilla Glue. I like the size of the bottle. Um, Gorilla Glue works really well on most things, so I figured why the hell not. And then, of course, got my trusty, handy, thick viscosity super glue that I have quite a bit of left. So, yeah. And for the most part, gonna be just cleaning up some spots here and there. What the hell was I looking for? Oh yeah, X-Acto knife. And then this little guy. Oh yeah, and I need music in the background. I gotta have it. I kind of like prematurely set up, like, shit's just not working. I think my internet is finally working, maybe. Now I gotta find Pandora again. Here's my apps. There we go. Forgot to bring my. Yeah, I mean, is my stream coming through laggy? I'm wondering if my internet's having a hard time. See, I think I've got my. Nope. And I can't access that on my phone right now because I'm using that to record. Could just be bad service right now. I don't know. Everything just seems kind of wacky at the moment. And I did go online for a minute, and then my wife called, interrupting the live stream, which I told her I was going to be live streaming, and she called anyways, just to tell me that she delivered her cards that she made. I'm like, could have waited till you got back from church to tell me that. I didn't say that to her, but yeah. So there's one live stream on my channel that shouldn't be there right now. And yeah, so anyways. And I didn't get my voiceover done for the damn Grogu video yet. So I got to do that tonight. That's kind of pissing me off. I just keep getting one delay after another, and then I am unable to get to it. So that's cleaned up. Cool. All right. I think we're good here. I ordered a foot pedal for my Dremel today, so that should show up tomorrow. It is fine now that you're connected. Okay, cool. Good. Solar flares or fucking who knows. All right. Okay, here we go. Gluing the very first piece of this base together. Finally. If I can get this tip off. All right. Lots of gaps to fill on this bad boy too. This is just a gappy ass model. And I'm going to have a lot of fixing to do. That's all right. We'll get there. We'll make it happen. This is part of the base that I probably wish I could clamp together. It would be nice. Okay. I need to clean this side up here with the Dremel. Definitely looking forward to that foot pedal coming in tomorrow. I won't have to mess with this thing anymore. Where can I put this? Will that hook up there? Yes, it will. Perfect. Cool. It's about time to replace the tip on this one. Yep, let's get a new tip because I know I'm going to be using this a lot for this part. Uh, Try one of these green ones. Got to even it out so I don't use up all the red ones. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, so this part kind of misprinted a little bit. Left a big crack in the middle. And, yeah. Still got to clean up that side. So, how was your day, Jerry? What did you guys do today? Anything exciting? I really think YouTube needs to do like a live chat thing, like how the guys over at Hobby Time Modelers do it. I think it would be really cool if YouTube like allowed you to live stream, you know, vo- vocal conversation. You know, I think that would be pretty sweet. You just hear us bitching at each other. You and the wife, or you and me? I definitely have a lot to bitch about. I can say that. Nobody listens. That's for sure. Grab some resin here. But yeah, did you guys do anything exciting today? My wife and I went to Lowe's. I bought a new bird feeder and some glue. And the wife got a tomato plant. She's been wanting to grow her own tomatoes, so I said, "Go grab a tomato plant." So she did. I knew that was gonna stick. Oh, cool. First day of school sign. I will be really freaking happy when the kids go back to school, personally, just because of my day job. Like, get out of my fucking pool. Stop using up all the chemicals. I do swimming pools, so summertime is brutal on us pool guys. And I'm very much looking forward to summer being over for that reason. Uh, Plus, it's hot. I work outside, and I don't like hot weather at all. It's not too hot where I live, but 3 days a week I'm in another town up the mountain ways, and strangely enough, it hasn't hit 100 degrees up there yet this summer, but I feel like it's probably coming, at least in September maybe, or later this month. But it sucks working outside in 100-degree weather. It really, really fucking does. I hate it. And outside's pretty clean. Yeah, it sucks, man. I've been doing my job. I've been at it for 25 years now, and at almost 52, I'm really over it. I Before I really started doing my YouTube channel, I had to get surgery on. Well, we had a cancer scare basically. Turned out not to be cancer, which was great. Um, but they took out about 8 inches of my upper ascending colon, and I was off work for 6 weeks. And I was I before the surgery, I had printed out a bunch of models so that I would have shit to do while I was in recovery. And I got to spend 8 hours a day down in the studio while my wife was working, just putting together and painting models. And I really wish I'd had my YouTube channel going at that point in time, just because I would have had a lot of work to to do with the channel. I would have been able to produce a lot of videos at that point. But it was a really nice take. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad it wasn't cancer as well. But it was a really nice taste of like an early retirement. It's, like I was like, awesome. This is what it'll be like for me when I'm retired. I hope, you know. Um, I'll get there eventually. I hope. I friggin' hope. Yeah, I need to move this stuff out of the way here. Yeah, the content that I could have had, I posted after the fact, and it was like if you go into my shorts, I did a couple like I just call them like art showcases, not artist showcases, art showcases, just showcasing the models that I had built while I was in recovery. Uh, see, there was Beast and Poseidon, Persephone, the Siren, and Juggernaut. I did all of those, and a couple other pieces sold. Um, I didn't showcase those at all because I'd already sold them. I did Darth Talon um, for a client. Um, that one was Darth Talon was brutal. Um, those fucking tattoos, man. Kenny over at Hobby Time or Hobby Link International, he did one in 1/4 scale, and even he said that even at a 1/4 scale, the tattoos were brutal. And I'm like, fuck, man, I would have killed to have a 1/4 scale model to do with those tattoos because it was so much easy. It would have been so much easier. But yeah, at 1/6 scale, the tattoos were freaking insane as far as painting them. And yeah, I was very happy to have that model done and sold as quickly as it was. Let's see. I need a couple of Q-tips here. Just trying to seal up a couple of these gaps early. It's a slow Sunday. Not too many people stopping by the channel. That's all right. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you. So remember, I did some of that expanding foam on Boga's body. Uh, Turned out pretty good. So I'll show you that. So this is the spot right here where I had the expanding foam, and I took that little sander and kind of cleaned it up, and it worked out pretty well. In fact, I want to see if it reacts poorly to resin. See if I can. No, my light won't go over there. All right, so let's put some resin on it and see how that turns out. I want to make sure it doesn't have any bad reaction with resin. So far, so good. I don't see any smoke coming out of it or nothing. Yeah, so far, so good. I mean, I don't see it having any negative reaction to the resin. Oh wow, it's soaked up the resin really quick. So it's so porous that the resin just like soaked into it. That's curious. I don't know how that'll work out in the long run. Try it again here on this part. I'm definitely feeling like putty is going to work out better. Interesting. So it does work a bit, but I can tell that because it's so porous, it just soaked up the resin. So I think I'll just wind up putting putty over that. I've got some green stuff that I'll, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to switch over to putty on that one. I think I got some resin stuck in my needler here. There we go. Now it's clear. That should come out a little better now. Yeah, it just soaks it right up. Well, it was worth a try. So I ordered some milliput that I'm probably going to use to get some of these bigger gaps down. All right, get back at that later. Put this back over here. I need to get some wheels for this folding table so I can just roll it over. That way my wife can park the car in the garage. She was cool with it at first, but she wants to be able to park her car in the garage. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So these two pieces do not fit together well at all. I remember there's a few parts where I'm gonna just have to cut the keys off. Like this one. Just doesn't make sense to have the key on there due to warping and other shit from the printing process. And this was one of them, so that sucker's coming off. This side fits good, so that's all right. So that key has to be cut off. Probably going to need to crack the garage door for some extra ventilation. A little fresh air. Is that glaring too much off the camera? No, that's not bad. Okay. So where was I at here? Okay, this key has to be cut off. All right. Gonna throw these other pieces away from yesterday. Go. Come out of there. Yeah, this is a two-car garage as well. Mostly used for storage, but we keep it. When my wife bought her new car, um, we decided to, well, brand new car, she wanted to park it in the garage, so that's what we did. I'm really stoked how this works out. Being able to rotate it like this. Quite handy indeed. Yeah, she bought a brand new Toyota RAV4. Awesome car. And then not too long ago, I sold my Ford Edge. I drive my work truck, and then anything I need to do on my way home, if I gotta stop at the store or some shit, I I just stop in my work truck. So paying all this money for registration and shit every year, and it was just like, why am I doing this? Just got old, so I sold it. Bye. So think it's gonna be a good idea to do some joint reinforcement down here. Get all these joints reinforced while I'm at it. That way, once I get this all assembled, I can flip it over real easily and sand it down smooth. I feel like I need to just wasting battery on this thing. I'm gonna, I'm gonna bust out the big boy. Let's do that. I think that will be better. Some industrial strength UV lighting. Oh. Boom. That's better. Now I don't need to waste my battery on my pen light that I need to charge. Cool. All right. Next piece. Got some supports to pick off here. Where did my hobby knife go? Well, do it the quick way. I think a Dremel can sometimes be called support be gone. Get these little tiny nano supports that you get, and that little bit just fucking takes them right off. Still don't know what happened to my damn hobby knife. If it rolled under here. Did it? Nope. Yep, there it is. Little bastard. That's a nice fit. Let's see how the next piece is going to fit. All right, that looks good too. Cool. Those pieces all fit nicely. Should probably dust this off, huh? So who else we got in here with us today? Feel free to say hello. Well, somebody else is in here with us, and they're being awfully quiet. I have to remember, too, that I do have some subscribers from other countries that probably don't speak English at all. So I apologize. You can say hello in whatever language you like, and I'll figure it out. I do speak Mandarin fairly well. I also speak a little bit of Arabic and Spanish. And they might be shy too. Yeah, that's totally fine. No worries. If you're shy or have social anxiety, I completely understand. So for whoever else is watching, I'm just using this bit on my Dremel tool to sand off these little support nibs to get a better fit with the two pieces. And you can see these little bits, they really don't last long. You know, you go through quite a bit of them. So I'm glad. Uh, I think this little box cost me 10 USD for all these. So when you consider the price range, it's pretty damn good. Uh, I know I had a can of compressed air around here somewhere. Oh, there we are. Cool. It's good. I'm gonna have to do some sculpting here. I don't know why. It's not a misprint either. It just left a considerable gap. I don't believe it's a misprint. Now I'm questioning my life. Did I reverse parts? So the mirror would be. Yep, that's got to be the one because it fits up that rock perfectly. So it's just a shitty printed piece, I guess. That's all right. That's what resin, putty, wood filler, and all that shit's for, right? You know, yeah, Spanish is a must when you're living in California. But the funny thing is, I'm half Mexican from my mom's side, and I am 20 times more fluent in Chinese than I am in Spanish, which is a little ridiculous considering I do live in California. But I suppose if I went to Mexico for a year, I would be much more fluent than I am. I didn't take Spanish in high school or college for that matter. I and then when I was in college, I majored in English, and I was a part-time English teacher when I lived in China. On top of what else I did, but they've got this app called Duolingo, which I really like. Your grandfather was 100% Mexican, speaking of Spanish. Well, you can't help everyone, right? Um, I happen to pick up language very quickly. I think it comes from the fact that I have perfect pitch. You know, I play music, and I can't read or write music, but I can play it. I can anything I hear, I can play. Um, and I've been told by I have a friend who's a linguist, a linguistics expert with the military, and he said, you know, if you're a musician and you have perfect pitch, that's why you're good at language. Which he is also. He also has perfect pitch and everything. So I take his word as I take his word as gospel on that. Yeah, it cures much faster with that light. Cool. All right, next one. My goal is to get through this entire section of the base today, getting it glued together. And then my next step, I think, is going to be gap filling and sculpting all of the visible portions of the base, getting it prepped for the second part of the base, which is all in this box right here. So, got a ways to go. This is a freaking massive undertaking of a project, to say the least. Got lots of prep, a lot of sanding to do, a lot of key cutting, and it's going to be gnarly. Already is gnarly. Oh, you lived in Germany. Okay. How long were you in Germany? Were you stationed there? I can't recall if you told me you were in the military or not. And if you were, thank you for very much for your service. Clean this little spot up here. 12 years. Wow. 12 years. That's a good freaking long time to be in a foreign country. Do you have your citizenship there, if you don't mind me asking? So I would assume you're pretty much fluent in German. You don't ever get to speak it. That's my big thing with Mandarin now. I started losing a lot of it myself because you know there's not a very large Chinese community here in Ventura, California, where I live. Anytime I go down to Monterey Park, which is near Los Angeles, that's a massive Chinese community. I go there just for the food and the people, but that's about the only time I get a chance to speak Mandarin is when I'm there, which always trips people out when we go to the restaurant I like to go to. It's this place called the Xinjiang Barbecue, which was my favorite food when I lived in Shanghai. And my wife always gets a kick out of hearing me speak Chinese. But I started studying Mandarin on Duolingo, the language app. So I'm picking it back up again. I'm actually learning a lot more than I learned when I was there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if you're interested in picking it back up again, I would definitely check that app out. It's pretty sweet. Very good learning program. Oh, excuse me. Pizza. Was your wife out there with you as well, Jerry? I mean, you're the only one in here talking to me, so I guess you figured out that it was me addressing you. Not this one. Oh, well, Mrs. Rojas, you must be pretty freaking awesome because he's with you now. You seem pretty dope. You seem pretty cool from what I've seen on the face lurk, as I like to call it. Yeah, my ex-wife and I didn't work out as well. The wife that I had when I was living in China, she's an American, but she was a school director or a school principal at the time at a very prestigious school in Shanghai. And at the time, we were tired of living apart off and on. And so she asked me if I wanted to come live out there with her. And I said, why not? So I sold my company off. Horrible mistake. Sold my business and moved to Shanghai because I thought she was worth it. Turned out she wasn't. Found out she was cheating on me with her 350-pound baby daddy. Like, I'm a pretty fucking decent looking dude. You could have cheated on me with somebody decenter instead of your nearly 400-pound obese fucking baby daddy that beat you. But, like I said earlier, you can't help everyone. Sometimes some people just suck. That's all there is to it. And I'm glad she sucked because I wouldn't be with my current wife if she didn't. And my current wife and I are madly in love with each other. Been together for 8 years now. Still going strong. Dissent, dissenter. What? Now you're making shit up like my wife. Wait, what? Did I? What happened? Or did you misspell something? Okay. Your wife is beautiful. And she seems funny and fun to hang out with, which is an awesome thing to have. All right, almost halfway there on this bad boy today. I got a solid, good chunk put together now, and that makes me happy. This feels like a piece I just need to... Do I need to cut the key off on this one too? Or is it just gappy? Decent with an... Oh, decent. Oh, decenter. Got it. Okay, yeah, I made up a word. I do that sometimes. Let's see here. Trying to figure out why this isn't fitting well. If I need to take the key out. I think it's a key issue. Yep, I'm gonna cut it off. I think that's gonna be the best thing to do. Bear with me, I'm not looking at the chat at the moment. There we are. There they are. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I fixed it. That damn key was the problem. Cool. Oh, there's my wife. Pulling up now. See if I could talk her into coming down to work on some shit. See if she's gonna make more cards. Probably not. She's probably gonna go upstairs and watch her girly shows. Hey, Pumpkin.
Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Father O'Sullivan officiated the mass. He's the same guy that did my grandma's funeral.
Oh, yeah, I remember Father O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I told my mom right away. She's like, "Oh my God, I thought he was dead." And I was like, "Mom," she's like, "Well, he was going real slow, you know, but."
That's cool.
And when he would talk, sometimes he would talk really low, you know, so you couldn't understand. But mostly, you know, he did such a great mass.
Well, say hi. You're on YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're no sorry. Jerry's on here. I think his wife's watching, so you can say hi. They can't see you.
Oh.
You're fine. All they can see is this.
Oh. Yeah, but I'm talking about religious stuff on here.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
My wife went to church, guys. Whoa. My wife is Catholic, and she just recently started going back to church, which I think is awesome for her.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make the peach pie tomorrow because I need the eggs.
Ah,
Or do you want me
okay.
to go get the eggs now?
No, that's all right. I'm sure you want to relax or something. Are you gonna come down and work on cards and stuff?
No, I want to relax.
Okay.
For a little while.
You're good.
I've been running all day. I delivered those cards to the old folks home that I made, and
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
All right, babe.
All right.
In fact, I'm gonna run upstairs real quick because I got to get my 7-Up because I am thirsty.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, honey. I'll see you in a second. Hello, Mrs. Ron. That is my wife, Jenny. I'm gonna run upstairs super quick to grab my soda because I am freaking thirsty. So, I don't have anything entertaining to put in front of the camera here, but I'll be right back. There, you can look at my glasses with my microphone on them. Be right back. All right. I'm back. Shut up. The Marine layer just. Oh, your wife is also Jennifer. Huh. I guess it is a popular name. I don't. It reminds me of a song by a band called Soul Coughing. Uh, they're pretty big back in the 90s. You might remember them. Cool band, but they had a song called, not one of my favorite songs of theirs, but it was called 27 Jennifers. Come to think of it, I have no idea what it was about specifically. I just remember he said 27 Jennifers like 27 times in the song. Okay, that looks good. That fits nicely, so I think we can just go ahead and glue her up. That's my own little YouTube disclaimer right now. I do not own the rights to any of the music that anybody is hearing in the background at all. So, if support the band. YouTube's algorithm will surely pick up if it can hear the music enough. And when I publish this, you can check out the copyright section of the video, and it will tell you who the name of the artist is and the name of the song in the copyright section of the video, and you can please go and download that band's music. Put that on there. Dude, these little microphones are freaking amazing. This DJI Mic Mini. I don't like it clipped on my shirt or anything, so I figured out that I could just put it on my glasses, and it works great. Took a little bit of getting used to having it like in the side of my, in my peripheral vision, but now I don't even notice it anymore. Probably going to call it a day once I get through every section on this bass glued together. I got to get upstairs. I fucking have to get the voiceover done for that Grogu video. I would really like to drop that video tonight and just be done with it. So I will be doing that when I get upstairs tonight. All right, next. Okay, yeah, this is one of those ones that just fits fucking weird. There's a couple pieces on this bass that didn't fit well at all. Yeah, another one. I think I'm gonna have to cut the keys off. So here we go with that again. cutter at? Here we go. Now can you hear the music? There we go. Little, I think this is Pinback. Yeah, this is Pinback. They are from San Diego, California. They are amazing. Got to open my garage door while I was doing this. I need to aim my fan. All right. Okay, now we got some airflow. Good. Cool. And a couple other pieces that printed pretty shitty. Yeah, look at that fucking gap right there. It'd be super nice if I had a 3D printer that could just print this whole base at once in one piece. Ah. All right, next piece. Nah, I don't want to hear that one right now either. I'm kind of feeling like. Oh, turn this down. Yeah. I'm kind of feeling like. Kind of feeling like I need to. Well, as long as. God, I can't even hear myself thinking. I think as long as the outer portions of the base match up as closely as possible, I feel like it doesn't matter too much how much gapping there is back here. You know, as long as I can fit the next section on top of it just fine. I guess we're not going to know until we get there, right? Yeah, the music was a little loud there. Yeah, like I'm not worried about the gapping here as long as the stuff that goes on top of it fits correctly. You know, because I'm going to be sculpting and, you know, probably using Sculptamold to do a lot of the resurfacing, maybe some Mod Podge stuff. So I think that should be okay. Any message I sent you on Facebook would have been before I came down here. Hi, hello everyone. Whoever else is in the live stream chat. Let's see, we've got 3 people watching now. Oh, about the Slicer, yeah. Feel free to say hello, and if you're new to watching the channel, please like and subscribe. And if you're not new and you're already subscribed, thank you for subscribing and hanging out with all of us. I highly, highly appreciate you. And thank you. And thank you, Jerry. Thanks for being here. Appreciate all of you. I'm just working on the base for this massive creation done by SW3D Studios, my personal favorite uh, Star Wars creators out there. Yeah, I like the chat as well. Yeah, I think you might have logged off of Facebook or something uh, right when I sent that message or just after I sent that message. So, all good, my brother. I'm actually in the process of creating a Facebook page for the 3D painter. Well, I had a second page already for when I got put in Facebook jail all the time back when I was talking about politics a lot on Face Lurk, and some of the comments I made were not people didn't like. Some people just didn't like what I had to say, crushing their conspiracy theory bullshit about the election and stuff. I'll say that. And I would get kicked off of Facebook from time to time for anywhere from 2 days to 30 days. So I made another page. Since then, I refuse to talk about politics on Facebook or my YouTube channel, especially. Kind of like a bar, you just never talk about politics or religion at a bar. I choose not to do that on my YouTube channel or Facebook anymore. I had a couple of family members that got upset with me because I pointed out their some problems in their beliefs, and some of those people just don't like facts and truth, and yeah, I just stopped doing it. Just gave up altogether. All right, we are more than halfway done with the bottom here. That makes me happy. Lots of gaps to fill. Got some supports in here getting in the way. Yeah, way too much drama. And I just got tired of dealing with how fucking stupid people could be about everything. And and to this day, they still refuse to believe that anything they think is wrong. Yeah, I had quite a few friends at that time take themselves out of my life as well, which I'm not sad about. You know, like if you're a fucking racist piece of shit, I don't need you in in my life, and I'm not gonna miss you. And I don't miss them at all. I've even seen a few people out in public at the bar and shit when I'm out playing pool or whatever, you know, and I don't talk to them. I have no space in my life whatsoever for racist people at all. Goes for anyone on my channel too. I couldn't care less if I lose a subscription because somebody doesn't like the fact that I don't like racists. Like, take yourself out. Fuck, bye. The fuck out. You are not welcome on my channel. Otherwise, just fucking keep it to yourself. Obviously, I didn't. Not you, Jerry. Not talking about you, man. You're a pretty solid dude from everything I can tell. Well, hi, Jennifer. Jennifer G. Why are the gaps so big on some parts? Well, I don't. Jennifer, are you into SLA printing or resin printing? It mainly has to do with the the process, the actual printing itself. Um, there's always some very minor warping, sometimes major warping, bowing that takes place during the printing process when it comes to SLA. Also during the curing process. Yeah, warping and shrinkage. It just happens. Unfortunately, it's not a perfect science, but it's getting better. And in this particular case, this model is so effing huge that you know it's a given that you're gonna have some parts that don't match up perfectly, and there's a lot of post prep that has to be done to correct that stuff, which is no, you're new to it. Okay. So during, as I was saying, during the process of the printing, um, let me ask you this: do you have a resin 3D print, a 3D resin printer? That would be a good question for me to ask you. Okay. And thanks for hanging out, Jennifer. It's good to have you here, by the way. I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, please feel free to subscribe if you like what's going on. I'm going to be doing a lot of some product reviews during my live streams with this particular build that I'm working on. Not yet. Okay, so you don't have a resin printer. So um, in the resin printing process, I get, I think it's better if I just explain it to you visually. I think you'll have an easier time understanding it that way. So I'm going to bring you over. We'll just take a pause on this big build. These are all the parts for the model that I'm working on for Obi Wan Kenobi Rides Boga. To give you a sense of scale, this is the base, the very bottom part of the base. This is the next section of the base, and some other parts of the base, and then Obi Wan Kenobi's right here, and this is the beast that he's riding, and she's about, well, that's just her body, and it's probably about 4 feet long, so it's massive. Um, this is just her, just bringing you up to speed here, Jennifer. This is just one of her legs, and you can see her paw fits in the entirety of my hand there. All right, so anyhow, this is my resin printer. I keep it in. The fumes are nasty on these things. My studio is in my garage, so I have this fireproof enclosure here that it's in, and then I've got a ventilation fan, and that runs out at about down out of the garage here that my studio's in. And let me take the lid off the printer here and show you how this works. Okay, so this vat, this is like a little, it's like a drum head. Think of it like a drum head, and it's flexible. And then this is your build plate. And this build plate goes down, and this vat here is filled with resin up to this line. And the vat goes down, or the build plate comes down, and underneath here is a UV light that shines through an LCD screen. And the screen masks off the area that it's going to not print anything, and the UV light shines through it, and then the build plate pulls it off of this, what's called an FEP sheet, and there's a little bit of flex in it, just a little bit, and then it comes back down, and then prints another layer, and then it rises up, pulls, and it keeps going up and down and up and down and up and down, and as it's going, it's printing your object upside down. And so what you're left with at the end, see like a piece like this hanging from your build plate, with all the supports and stuff. You can see the supports inside. There's going to be external supports. You can see the little bumps on the model here. Those are the remnants of the supports that were holding it up. But during that process, sometimes you can get a little bit of suction that'll get created, which is why you want all these drain holes in just about any spot you can fit a drain hole, not only to get rid of the resin, but also to reduce the possibility of there being suction, which is what's going to cause warping and stuff like that. It's inevitable. Not everything's going to print perfectly all the time. And so you get some warpage and some shrinkage occasionally. And that's what you're seeing with those gaps. Now, if I had a larger printer, I could print larger pieces at a time, which would minimize the amount of gaps that I have to deal with in post-production. This particular model is so huge and there's so many parts to print that I just have gaps to deal with. And here we are. So I'm getting all this put together. And once this is all together, I'll be going through every gap that's going to be visible. There's going to, a lot of these parts are going to be covered up, so I'm not worried about the gaps. But I'm going to be going over this with resin, putty. There's going to be some sculpture work involved, and I'll be using different products for that, like Sculptamold, um, epoxy putty. There's lots of different ways. I could show you, for example, one way to fix a gap here. And you will have this, it will come up. It's definitely going to happen when you get into printing. But I'll show you here how this is one way to fix smaller gaps. And so I have like a little bit of printer resin, the actual resin that goes in my resin printer. And I can put that down like this. And it'll kind of fill that gap. And then I'll take a Q-tip to kind of clean up the edges a little bit. And then you take your UV light and go ahead and cure that. Only takes a couple seconds. Boom. Gap's almost gone. And then you can take a little more resin. Once it starts coming out there. This is just one of many methods to use to fill a gap. That's about it. And then, you can take some sandpaper or whatever and clean that up real quick, and gap is gone. Just like that. So I'll be going over this whole model where all the gaps are visible. That's just part of the post-production process. This particular model is so huge, I've got a lot to do. So that's where we're at. So I'm ready to glue on this next piece here. Guess it would help if I pulled my camera up. Yeah, I hope that explanation helps. And you're very welcome. And that's part of what my channel. It's a huge part of what my channel is about. Is teaching or helping others that are just getting into the hobby, or maybe you've been doing it for years. We all share tips and tricks that we know in the hobby, and I'm here to help. If you ever have any questions or anything like that, you can send me a message, email me, or just leave a comment in the comment section, or anytime I'm doing a live stream, of course. Please feel free to speak up and ask or comment anything. I take criticism very well most of the time. So if you got any pointers or a little tip or trick that you know about, love to hear it. I'm finally almost done with this bottle of glue. Ready to try something different. So here's a little trick for you, Jennifer. If you're getting into printing, if you get into resin printing, when you're gluing big pieces like this together, one thing I like to do once I get the glue on is I'll take this clear resin, UV resin, and I'll take a bead of it right along the seam. And then you can just develop that with your UV light. You can use a pen light, a pen UV light, or I've got so many big pieces to use. I pulled out the big boy. Um, but you let that set, and it'll hold it for you while the glue dries. So you can let go of it. You don't have to sit there for 5 or 10 minutes while the glue sets, um, trying to hold on to it. So there's another little pro tip for you for when you get into it. Like, oh, I remember the 3D painter. My name's Ron, by the way. Uh, Told me about that trick. I've been building models for decades, but the 3D ones are new to me. Yeah, I really get yourself a resin printer. If you're into models, if you want to do models, get it. Definitely go resin. I don't really recommend uh, FDM printing for modelers just because you you can't nearly get the detail in your models that you can with a resin printer that you can with an FDM printer. And I'm talking about stuff like this. You know, that's all resin printed, except for these little tufts of grass right here. I have a video for, there is a video on my channel for her as well if you want to see how I painted her. And then, I've got Juggernaut up here. And then my Poseidon model is massive. I got to get up there in dust. Starting to get spider webs. And this one lights up too. I printed the base in clear resin and got a little base on Amazon for it, which is fun because you can get different colors and to try out. If you ever want to light your models and stuff, you can go for the evil look, or you just do white light, shines through the blue horses really nicely. This model does the same thing. I don't want to go too high up. She's not safe for work. Her chest is bare. Um, so out of respect, I won't show the rest of that one. And then Persephone. But yeah, definitely recommend SLA printing if you're getting into models. Just much better, much more detail. Oh yeah, I better turn my shop lights back on. So yeah, just wanted to share those with you real quick. How many pieces do we have left? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more to go. All right. Oh, Jerry, you've seen Poseidon. That's another one I did during my surgical recovery. I really wish I would have done that one on my for my channel. I didn't really have my channel wasn't active at that time. So this one's got looks like a few pieces on this one actually misprinted. That's okay, this is uneven. Or might just be easier to cut the key off over there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just cut the key off. It'll make my life easier. Well, before I do that, I think I need to move these pieces away for a moment. open the door so I have better ventilation. Oh, there we go. Much better airflow. Okay. Here we go again. That should fit better now. A little bit of compressed air. Get the dust off. Let's see. Readjust my camera. That's better. So Jennifer, what kind of models have you been into? You said for decades. I'm curious to hear. Do you have a channel that you actively post your models on or anything? I'd love to check it out if you do. Don't worry, not a creeper or anything like that. Very happily married and in love, fortunately. Hi, babe. What are you doing? What's that? Oh, you didn't lock the car? Oh.
I was too excited.
Look cute. You got jammies on.
Put my pony pants on.
Your pony pants. Oh, Jennifer's a Star Wars fanatic, so mostly those and no channel. Okay, cool. Well, you are my kind of modeler, if that's the case, because I freaking love Star Wars. As you saw, my Ahsoka Tano and Shea Vizsla up there, the Mandalorian, and then now, of course, I'm working on. This model was created by SW3D Studios, and it's if you know Star Wars, you know the scene in Revenge of the Sith where Obi Wan Kenobi goes after General Grievous. And he's riding that Varactyl. I mean, you have a channel, you just don't post on it. Working on the Gamorrean Guard from them. Yeah, they make some awesome stuff. I really love SW3D Studios, and their Gamorrean Guard is fantastic. Have not done that one yet. So what do you do currently? Do you have somebody that has a resin printer and they print it for you? And then you paint it or something? How does it work? And you should post. You should post your work on your channel. That'd be super cool. I'd love to see it. Okay, let's see here. I gotta make sure that this lines up. That's the key I cut off. Oh, off Etsy, okay. And they just come they just come like unpainted, I'm assuming. Is that how the people are selling them on there now? Maybe I should get into that. It's not a bad idea. I don't really want to turn into a print farmer, though. It's a great idea. Make a little extra money on the side. If I may ask, like, what does somebody charge you for like a 1/6 scale model? You paint them, okay, cool. What does somebody charge for like a 1/6 scale model, like a Gamorrean guard? I'm assuming was 1/6 scale. Where was I? Okay, cool. And then this piece goes next, and that's the one that didn't fit well at all. So I'm gonna have to cut that off. Okay. Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, like, how much somebody charges you for that, and do they? Another question I have is, have they already done the post prep work for them? You know, they've removed all the supports and sanded everything down, so like it's ready to just be glued together and painted when you get it. Like, how does that work? Prints are anywhere from $100 to $200. Wow, that that's that's very profitable. I feel like maybe I should, in my downtime, because like my printer's not even running right now, and I mean I could be making a few bucks printing models for people. My next question, or you probably already caught the question and you're typing. Um, do they come with all the post prep work done? You know, are they already sanded and everything ready to go? Just curious. Like you just basically glue it together and paint it. You do the rest yourself. Okay, so the supports are gone, and yeah, you do everything. Okay, good to know. Hey Jerry, you want to go into business, like selling some resin prints to people? All right, I'm gonna try this glue out that Kenny over at Hobby Link International told me about. Okay. And I'm not sure about the viscosity on this stuff. Hopefully it's pretty thick. Kenny likes it though. That's odd. It's kind of stringy. This stuff's weird. Are you seeing this? What'd you turn me on to here, Kenny? I kind of like it. Huh. It's a decent feeling glue. Yeah, Jennifer, it definitely sounds like it would be more cost effective for you. Um, if you ever need any pointers on how to set up for a resin printer, let me know. I'm happy to help out and guide you in the right direction. You definitely want ventilation. Um, the fumes are extremely toxic, and it smells bad. So you definitely want to have that situated, like you saw here in my studio, which is my garage, of course. It's very easy to vent. My wife, she's very sensitive to smells, though. So even before, when I first got the printer, I didn't have it in the enclosure. and wound up buying that enclosure to put it in, and then even that wasn't enough because she could still smell it really strongly. And so I went to Lowe's one day and bought pretty much everything I figured I would need to ventilate it properly. And I found the ventilation fan on Amazon, and got that all situated. And now when my printer's running, we can't smell anything. It works out really well. Don't listen to Jerry. I'm an Anycubic guy. I highly recommend Anycubic printers. No, I'm not sponsored by them. Jerry's right though. Elegoo, they do make some very reasonably priced resin printers. I personally just love the Anycubic brand because they're. I've only been 3D printing for about a year and a half. I've been doing resin printing for about probably about 10 months, 9 months. I don't remember when I bought my resin printer. Um, but this piece has got some serious warpage to it. Yeah, Elegoo is very inexpensive, and if money's not an object, you get what you pay for. You definitely get what you pay for in this world. I recommend spending a little more money and getting yourself a really good one. And go big if you can. If you got the space for it, just get yourself a nice big printer, like Anycubic Photon Mono M7 Max, or Jerry here on the chat is he's got the Uniformation GK2 or GK3 Ultra. GK2. You're looking at about $1,300 for the Uniformation, and then the M7 Max is coming in at about $750 on Amazon, and you can get that one overnight. At least in my area, I can. Bear with me. Got to do some minor cutting here real quick. And as far as resin's concerned, bottle of printer resin only costs about $15. If you're just buying the cheap stuff, that's all I buy. GK3 Ultra. Okay. You have two of the GK2s? Shit, man, why you got so many printers? You want to send me one? I need to get that, I need some of that ground affected status where people just start sending me printers. Try this out. Well, Jerry, you have to actually post stuff on your YouTube channel to get that kind of status, and then tell everybody you're their dad. Apparently, that works. And just the printing, it's just printing on your own is it's so fun. It's just it's really awesome. It's an awesome feeling when you get your first print done and it just looks cool. My am I high? What is going on here? Some of this model just they did weird shit on here. Yeah, that is a gap, man. That is a gap. God, the post prep on this model is just brutal. I swear I can't tell you how tempted I am to just go buy another resin printer, the M7 Max. I did a price check on it today, and it was $749 for the printer and 2 bottles of resin from Anycubic, and they could get it here tomorrow, overnight. In fact, I was so tempted to just pull the trigger on it, but my wife would be rather upset with me if I did that. Yep, go big or go home. Yeah, he told me about that with Brent. Um, I don't feel like it's my place to say why or anything like that. You guys would have to hit up Sergeant Digital about that one. Which I'm gonna, since Jennifer and you and it looks like 2 other people are watching right now that are being shy. If you haven't checked out the Sergeant Digital Design, he's got a fun channel. Super cool dude, really nice guy. He's got some fun content and cool projects out there. So feel free to check out his channel. Again, Sergeant Digital Designs. And tell him the 3D painter sent you. I don't get anything for it, but, just let him know that I said, hey, cruise over there and say hi to him. It's like, this is about as good as this piece is going to get. Let's see how well the next part's going to go on. I remember one of these was really funky. Yeah, that key has to come off. Yeah, I saw that where he said he reached out to make amends. I don't know what became. I don't recall what he said about what became of it. Like if he was receptive or not. I I personally don't get into any of that with him. I watch his channel um, from time to time. Um, Dude can paint. Oh, low battery notice. Let's see where we're at here. Well, whatever the case is, I'll be calling it good after these last couple pieces. the way I usually do these live streams, Jennifer, is I'll stream until my phone's dead, and that's my cue to take a break or call it a day. In this case, I'm going to call it a day because I got to go upstairs and you'll like this. Actually, I just finished doing a commission for Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, that I finished up. I've just been so damn busy, I haven't been able to finish producing the video for it. So I'm gonna go up tonight after I finish this today. I'm gonna cruise up and finish that video off. So hopefully that should be dropping tonight. So if you like what I'm doing here, Jennifer, feel free to hit the bell notifications, and that'll tell you when I drop a video or I go live stream or anything like that. All right, let's see here. And again, thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate you being here and hanging out, checking out the channel. I will mostly be live streaming on weekends. There may occasionally be a live stream for this build during the weekdays, but it's pretty tough for me on the weekdays to get anything done. Okay, so that's like that. And this piece, where did this one go? Like that, like that, like that. I don't know. Why is this all backwards to me right now? There we go. Okay, cool. That is fitting together fairly decent. I might actually need a clamp to marry these parts up. I feel like I should just glue this whole section together and then fit it up. Yeah, because I'm going to need to clamp this down to make it match up. So that's what I'm going to do. Then this key I'm going to have to cut off. Let me see. Did I miss a question from Jennifer? Oh, the first 3D model you painted, the base warped after a while. Is that normal? I wouldn't say it's normal, but I can think of reasons. It could be that whoever printed it didn't cure it enough. I definitely don't recommend leaving any of your models anywhere once they're painted or anything. You don't want them to be in any place in the room where the sun's going to shine on them directly. Just because it can degrade not only your paint job, but it can cause harm to the resin. And if depending on the type of resin that the person used, they may not have shaken the bottle enough before they printed it, is one thing. They may not have cured it properly. It may not have cured long enough. And it's also possible that the resin itself reacted to whatever types of paint you used. So those are some some different. Those are some different possibilities. I would also say don't buy resin prints from that person anymore. In fact, Jennifer, if you like, I will offer my services um, to you for resin printing if you wish, if you ever need a model. But I definitely encourage you to just get out there and get your own new printer, girl. Just dive into the hobby. Resin printing is it's a whole hobby in and of itself. On top of painting the models, my personal the thing I love most about the resin printing hobby though is painting. I absolutely cannot effing wait to get all the post production and everything done on this so I can start putting some paint down. It's hard for me as a painter to have the patience to get through all this because I really want to just paint it. I'm like dead set on getting started on the painting, and I'm looking at all this just going like I have weeks of post prep that I have to do before I can even think about starting to paint this thing. Even to even primer. I can't even like I'm nowhere near getting to where I can just primer the thing. And I want to so bad. I want to paint it so bad. Super excited to get some paint down on this thing. It's going to be so fun. But I'm not going to lie, I enjoy this part of it too. It's a little tedious at times, but it's still fun. Like this gap right here, this size of a gap. I don't know if that's on camera. This gap right here, that's like something I'm gonna use putty on. Take a bead of putty and then do that. Close. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it is time for me to call it a day. I was hoping to get through this whole section, but alas, my phone is about to die, and that is my sign to, like I said before, either take a break or call it a day. And in this case, I need to call it a day because I really got to get that Grogu video done and produced so I can drop that in your faces tonight. Um, so look out for that. Jerry, you might be in bed by the time I get it done. I don't know though. I don't have a heck of a lot left to do on that video. Maybe a couple sound effects. It's mainly just the voiceover I got to get completed. And Jennifer, I know you like Star Wars, so I look forward to hearing what you think about my Grogu paint job. And definitely feel free to check out some of my other videos if you haven't already. Some cool Star Wars and Marvel stuff on there. Got Shave Vizsla was fun to do. That was a fun one. Oh, I didn't get to try my Gorilla Glue. Oh yeah, you will probably be asleep before I get this video done. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I nail the voiceover on the first try and that's it. I'm done, you know. But yeah. So, anyways, Jennifer, Jerry, anybody else watching right now, thank you very much for hanging out with me here on a Sunday evening. And I appreciate your time and your company and checking out the channel and everything. And yeah, I think that's all I got. So thanks again. Much love to you and yours. And I will look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And as I always like to say, happy 3D printing and happy painting. Jennifer, you also have a good one. And I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks again. Much love. Toodles.